Hey everybody. So I want to spend this video talking about a subject that I'm terming and coining AI Derangement Syndrome, flat out. And so to me, it starts off, and for me, it's a syndrome that I've personally experienced. It starts off when I was a child, going back to about 1995, with the main picture that we're looking at here of Gary Kasparov. So when I was a child, I was very much into chess. Like I was huge into chess. One of my very first memories was like my dad playing chess, and that stuck out to me. Right? I don't know. I didn't have a lot of good childhood memories, and then so that's just a memory that sticks out to me from my childhood. And then so I was always like really big into chess. Like I got into chess club, things like that. And then right before I was a teenager, like Gary Kasparov and Deep Blue happened, and like I didn't play chess for maybe like a decade after this, like a good decade. I was dedicated, right? And then like to me, it was just, why should I play chess when it's a solved game? Like it became 100% solved. And then once it became 100% solved, it changed the equation for me in my mind. I just couldn't get over it, right? It's solved. A computer can solve it. Even if I can't solve it, a computer can solve it. So what does it matter? And then that despair, that like yoinking of, we'll call it like, of like what it means to like actually like be fulfilled by something is kind of like taken, right, purpose of the game, and it takes a long time of like soul searching to get through that. Right? And then so since this time, like so like there's been multiple, I'm old now, so I've played chess a lot, right? And then I've gotten over this, and then to me, what it matters and what I look at within chess very specifically, and when I look at in these things, is like human benchmarks, increasing my own performance, how I measure against computers, utilizing the like AI tools and computers as avenues to learn. Like, okay, I didn't make the most optimal move. What would be the most optimal move there? I could easily ask Stockfish and it would tell me, right? And I can go through and learn those things and learn that way. And I know 100% like my iPhone is going to smack me around when it comes to chess. And there's nothing I can ever do about that. I will never in my life beat my iPhone in chess. That's just something that I have to admit to myself flat out and up front, right? And that's easier to swallow when we're just talking about chess. And I think to me, the big problem that I see all throughout the world with regards towards these discussions is that we're now in a world where we're talking about these things in a lot more realms than chess. We're talking about these things in realms like my job, like a lot of people's jobs, a lot of people's livelihoods, careers, etc., things like that, right? And then it's where we have in this instance, a direct enemy that we can look towards that's like sweeping out like large sectors of the like population. I think that's what's different than before, right? Like so we had like, for example, like automation, like Henry Ford, right? Henry Ford, he revolutionized the automobile, and he did that through automation and through warehousing. And then so we wouldn't have like our manufacturing boom that existed since, and all of our manufacturing that exists now. It's all based off of the assembly line, which is now a 100-year-old concept. And then on top of that, you've gotten like lean manufacturing and everything like that. It's been optimized to its fullest, right? It's gone all the way through. And so we now have that as our optimizing and our manufacturing processes. But before that, it was just the automobile, just the focus on the automobile. So it was a slow transition. People didn't actually like consider and look into these things and look towards the future as like this is going to be devastating towards the future, right? Like no one thought like, oh, Henry Ford automating, like putting out the Ford Model T is going to lead to like the automation of jobs everywhere, and everyone is going to have to switch to this type of environment and deal with it. Whereas AI puts that much more open and in your face. And I think that that's the problem that a lot of people face with that, is that they can see this problem head on and up front. And then so to me, there's two ways that you can deal with this problem, right? There's really only two ways you can deal with it, as Kasparov dealt with it and deals with it, or you can deal with it. I don't think, and I frame it in this way, like I don't think that Kasparov handled it the best way, right? I don't think just the defeatist attitude is the best approach. I think that to me, I've thought a lot about these concepts over these periods of time. To me, I think it's we're reflecting a mirror back on society overall. And then the most important thing is like, what exactly does it mean to be human? Like, what exactly sets humanity and humans apart, and what makes human efficiency, productivity worthwhile, actually worth something, right? Like, and then so there's uniqueness to being human and to the human experience. The human experience is a unique experience. I think that as a society, we've lost that. And like, I think that it's, to me personally, going like this mere reflection that is going on in society, I look at this as a good thing. Sometimes people ask, like, are you happy with the way that this is all going and playing out and everything like that? Yes, I'm like, yes, 100%. I wish it weren't necessary. That's the bottom line. But like, AI is simply a mirror. It's like, I mean, if you're the biggest opponent of AI, like, you're not going to argue that. Like, it doesn't learn, right? All it does is take in its data, it doesn't learn anything, and spits back out what has been taught. And then so what has been taught is what it was society. So if it's chunking out society, what does that tell you about society? And maybe we value the wrong things in society overall, right? Like, and that's how I look at that. Like, and so to me, I'll break it down and end this argument very simplistically. I see and envision a world where, for example, art. Do I think that there is inherent worth for art, and art should be worth more because a human designed it and a human hand designed it, as opposed to an AI hand, even if they're both of equal, let's say, like beauty and like physical, I look at them and they seem the same to me, or even the AI one is slightly more beautiful. I would still say that the intrinsically the human painted one has more value, right? Because of everything that went into it, and I know that the productivity behind it, the human element, the human spirit. They can tell me their creative story as to why they actually did it, right? Not just I was prompted to do it. A lot of elements and things that go into that. And then so within that, I can imagine and create a world where it's actually much more valuable for the human experience, and put a lot of value on that actual human experience, as opposed to just the AI experience, just by simply like reasoning it out and looking at these things. And I think that's the part of society overall that we're missing, and we should be going back to these things. And my hope is that this mirror is the end result, is that, right, that it does change society, and it changes it for the better. And then sometimes the only way to do that is through a hammer. And so I think that's kind of where we're at right now with everything overall. But I think that if, like, AI overall is just technology, and it's technology and computers, right? And then so within that, I think that there's not too much emotion that is going on outside of that debate, and a lot of emotional friction that is taking place that shouldn't be overall. I think that this should be much more of just grounded discussion and grounded thought as we move forward with these things. So I just want putting out this video because I've seen a lot of content with regards towards like a lot of like AI bashing recently, and you know, a lot of these things. And so these are my thoughts as I have thought through these things, and I see these things coming out. And so if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.